Hi and welcome to Messy Church at Franche. Whoa!
Hello everyone, it's lovely to be with other fans of Jonah, the whale and all their fishy friends, and today I'm going to show you how to make a wiggly fish. I love how cutting the paper makes him go all wiggly like that. If you look through him, you can actually see the light shining through all of those cut parts, and he moves just beautifully. Let's check we've got all the bits that we need to make him. First of all, in your pack, you've got sheets of paper that have templates on them. A template is something we have to cut out and then it works like a pattern. We put it on another sheet of paper, we cut round it, and that's what we use to make our wiggly fish. This square is the template for the body of the fish. On another sheet, I've got the templates that are going to make the other bits of our fish. We've got the eyes there, we've got the bottom of the mouth. This piece will be the tail fin, and then this piece will be one that's side fin, and this bit the other. We'll have to cut our paper in half to make that. These are the templates. We also need some scissors, we need a pen or pencil, a glue stick, very important, and if you'd like to be really straight drawing around your template, a ruler is really good. It can hold the template down in just the right place. We can draw along it to make a lovely clear line. And of course, we also need some paper, the colour we want our wiggly fish to be. And today I've chosen some red paper. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to press stop or pause and give you a little bit of time to cut out your templates. So cutting out the pieces here, cutting out the big square here, and then you'll come back to me. See you soon. Hello again, friends. So we've got our templates, all of the bits we've cut out from that sheet, all these little patterns that we can reuse again and again if we want to make lots of fish. Let's start with one fish, and I've got here my template for the body of the fish, and I've put it on top of my red paper, which is the colour I want the body to be. To save cutting too much, I've put my square right to this edge and right to that edge, and then I just need to draw around this edge and this edge to have all sides of my square. I need some help to get mine really super straight, and the ruler helps hold the template in place. So I'm going to put it there, press down nice and firm, draw along like that, keep my template in place, move my ruler along to the other side, get my pen or pencil again and draw along that one. And so now if I lift my template up, we've got the square marked on my paper. I'm going to do the same thing using the templates that are going to make the fins and the bottom of the fishy mouth. So I'm going to start off with my fish's mouth. Again, I can just put it to the edge of the paper like that. So I've got less drawing to do and less cutting to do, and I'm making really good use of my paper, so I'll be able to get lots of little fishy mouths out of that if I want to. And then again, I hold it in place. I'm going to draw around my template, take as long over this as you want to, get it just how you want. As long as you're holding the template nice and firm, you can keep lifting up your pen or pencil and take your time getting the line just how you want it. We're going to be drawing around the other pieces as well in just the same way, but so you don't get too fed up watching me do those things, you can press pause and then come back to me once you've drawn around your shapes and then cut them out from your paper. The only bit which I'm today not going to draw around are the little fishy eyes, because they've already got the centre, the pupils of their eyes marked in. But if you want to make lots of fish, it's a good idea to find some paper, the colour you want this part of your eye to be, so maybe white paper, whatever colour you want, draw around them, and then you can draw in yourself the centre of the fishy eye. I'm going to be lazy today and just leave mine as they are. See you soon. So now I've got all my paper pieces just how I want them. I've got my fish's mouth cut out. I've got the tail fin cut out here. That was one of the heart shapes. And the other heart shape, the one that was a little bit taller, I've cut down the middle so that now I have one fin and the other. I've got my two eyes here, and the big bit we're going to be using lots just now is the big square that makes the body. Time to fold. Most important thing here is to take your time and press quite hard with your fingers when you've got the paper in the right place. I've already done my folding just once to make it a bit easier to show you. It's always hard with someone watching you, isn't it? But if you find you're taking longer than me, don't worry, because there'll be time to pause the video at the end for you to catch up. We're going to be making some lines on this paper. We're going to be folding, and we're going to be folding across the middle of the square, the diagonal, which goes from one corner to the other. To do that, we're going to bring this corner to the opposite corner. So let's match those corners up, hold them in place, press down again, nice and firm with your fingers. Do a really firm crease, making sure you go right to the edges. That will make it easier in a moment. Then we unfold so we can see the whole square again. We're going to make two more folds so we can see two more lines. Let's do the first one. For this, we're going to make a fold along here. And to do that, we're going to bring this corner so that it meets the centre line we can already see. We've got to make sure that the corner stays nice and neat as well. So we bring this corner to the middle, we bend over that corner, we make sure we meet the middle. I have to get really close so I can see where the middle is. There we go, hold that still. And then with those bits in place, we press down to make our crease. Take your time over this, and don't worry if you're not quite keeping up. You can pause the video whenever you want to. I'm going to leave that already folded because we're going to do the same the other side. And this corner is going to meet the corner that's already on that middle line. So let's bring that corner. Bring it so it says hello and it's the same level. Make sure it's going to meet down the middle, right to that little tip at the end. And once it's sitting there, let's straighten it out and make our fold. If you have to have a couple of goes at this, don't worry. But once you're happy with it, press it down nice and firmly like that. I'm going to pause the video, suggest you do the same for a moment if you need to, and then come back to it. Now for this next part, we're going to need our scissors ready. And to help guide us, it's also a good idea to put a little dot with a pen or pencil in a special place. If you look here, I've now got my square folded back in half. We've got all of our different guidelines. We should have 3 fold marks where I'm showing with my fingers. Hopefully you can see that nice and clearly on yours. And we're going to fold along that middle diagonal line so that our square looks like that. This corner, just draw with your finger just from there and see where you find on the fold. Roughly where your finger is, just put a tiny little dab with your pen or pencil, a little mark there, and that's going to help us know where to stop cutting. This is the secret of our wiggly fish. We're going to make little cut marks, and we're going to make them along from the pointy end, which is going to be the tail. In a moment I'll do this for real, but just to show you, we're going to cut there just halfway. Where that fold line is as far as my scissors are going to cut. I'll be moving along then and cutting perhaps 1 centimetre or 3/4 centimetre, up to you really, and making another cut. And each time I only go up to that fold line. I don't cut any deeper than that. I'm going to be making my cuts, and I'm going to be stopping when my last cut is where we put that little dot with our pen or pencil. So you can do this with me or just watch if you want to. We're going to make our little cuts. I'm going to do mine about 1 centimetre, maybe a little bit less apart. Much easier if your scissors are nice and sharp. If you need to get someone to help you do this, that's absolutely fine. Always lots more fun when you've got help, I think. When it's a team doing something and you can share doing a job. Again, take your time. Don't worry if you want to spend a little bit longer on this. It's nice to enjoy every step of what you're doing. If you're trying to get your cuts about the same width apart all along, and like me you find can't quite do the same width there, you can make it a little bit longer and that's still going to be good, or a little bit shorter, and again it will still be good. Each wiggly fish will be a little bit different from its friend. So if you want to do that, or catch up if you need to. And then so for the next part of what we're doing, we're going to need a pen or pencil, we're going to need our glue stick and our scissors. Now we've got our cuts in. What I've just done is to open out the square. It was like that when we were doing the cuts. I've opened out the square again. We've got the cuts leading to the pointy end, which will be the tail, and on the opposite end that's going to be the mouth, and there will be a curve to the mouth. So I'm just going to move my paper the other way round, just swivel my fish round to make it easier for me to do this. And you can do this with a pen or a pencil, or if you just want to cut a curve, you can do that straight away. I'm not quite so brave, so I'm going to get my pen. I'm going to draw a curved shape so that I cut off the point that's at the fish's mouth end. You see there my curve I've drawn, and then get my scissors and cut that so we make a curve. I won't mind if a little bit of the black pen still marks, or if you've done it in pencil and you don't want it to show, you could just rub it out. So I can just discard that piece there, don't need that anymore. Put the top on my pen. I'm going to turn my fish round to the same way as it was before. Now we've got used to it looking like that. We've got the pointy end here with all the cuts in it. We've got the folds, and we're about to make the body of the fish so that there's a big space inside for all that food to fit in, or if it was the whale, for Jonah to fit in, of course. And I'll just show you without the glue for a moment how it's going to be. The parts without the cuts there and there are going to be the base of the fish, and so one side is going to stick on the other, bringing it together so those lines match, and imagine the glue in there that then can be pressed down and stuck. That's how it's going to be. Let me just unfold it. I'm going to do it for real now. Get my glue stick, try and get it right to the edges, but not onto my table. There we are. Get it all along that fold. Try not to go over the edges if you can help it. If I'd been a bit more sensible, I might have put some paper underneath this so that I wasn't worried about the table, but never mind. I've got a duster later on to get any little bits off. So now I'm going to put the sticky side so that it's on top of this side here and sticks everything in place. Here we go. I'm going to move that to the fold. I'm going to roll it over and it meets the sticky side. There we go. Needs a little bit of help to get it to stick. And remember, you can really take your time over this. You can press on top of those cut parts. You can wipe off any extra glue that you don't want. You can put it down flat. You see now that my fish is sitting on the base, and you can use your fingers to get inside there carefully to press down the base to make it nice and neat. So take your time over that. We still need our glue sticks. We need all the little pieces that we've cut out to make all the details to really bring our fish to life. I'm going to show you what we're going to be sticking without the glue first of all. This part is going to be put inside the fish to make the bottom of his mouth, so that's going to live there. We've got the tail fin, and that's going to go at our pointy end. We're going to put it so that the curve of the heart is sticking out. So we're going to be sticking it on something like that, so that the tail goes through the centre of the heart. And then for the tail fins, they're going to go like this and like that. And of course we need our fish to be able to see, and so we're going to be sticking those on this end as well. So time to get extra sticky again. A tip here is to do the mouth first and to put your glue stick actually on the inside of the fish, not on the mouth. So what we want to do is put the glue just there and there. You won't need too much. I'll get inside that fish. Be brave. It's not going to eat you. Let's do that. Stick that down. There we go. Nice and sticky. We get our mouth. We push it in a little way so that it covers the cut out section. And we just put it how we want it to look, really. Press it down on top of the glue. And there we are. Our fish is ready to start eating things. Let's turn it round. I'm going to put some glue now on the base here, because I'm going to stick on the tail fin. It's going to go on like that. So I'm going to put that on here. If your glue is nice and sticky, you don't need to press very hard. So I'm going to just put that on like that. And then press it down. You can do that like this if you want to. Just press it down. Just like that. Doesn't matter if you press the little cut wiggly bits, just gently, they'll still be happy. We are so close. We're going to put on the side fins next, and I'm going to put the glue directly onto one side fin, smear on for that one, and then sit my fish on like that, put my fingers inside the mouth to press down on the flat bottom and get it to stick, and then just do the same with the other side. I've put it So the curve like that and the big bulgy bit at the end of the fin is going to be pointing back towards the tail. So we just want some glue on the pointy part of our fin, and then sit our fish on top of that. Again, we can move it around. We can put our fingers inside to press that down nice and flat. There we are, he's got his fins now. He is so ready for action. And then we've got the eyes. So putting some glue on one eye, deciding where you want him to look. There we go, you can see out of one eye now. Nearly there, little fishy. Let's do the other eye as well. Let's see where we want that eye to go to match up. Let's pop that just there, press it on, and we have a wiggly fish. If you hold it inside the mouth like that and then hold its tail, you can see that all of those cut parts we spent such a long while getting just right are going to make the body ripple and move, and our fish move through the water. Hope you enjoyed that, everybody. Well done.
So have fun, and remember, get messy.